life coach with an emphasis on healing and coaching through spirituality. And welcome to Healing with Clay. Now, today I wanted to talk to you all about a question that I get a lot when I'm coaching others, which is, why do I have to be perfect? Or why do I have to work on healing myself so much before I can manifest someone, a lover, to come into my life? Which is a really good question. The reason for that is because it's not so much that you need to be perfect in order to bring someone into your life. Perfection is kind of like a North Star, right? It's something that guides us, but it's not something that we're ever really going to reach or be attainable. And that's a good thing. We're meant to be imperfect, and that's where a lot of our beauty lies. Rather, the reason why we want to work towards being our best selves and loving ourselves more is because it's actually a form of protection for us. The reason for that is because when we are not loving ourselves and we are not really trying to be our best self, we really don't know ourselves. And that can leave us vulnerable to all sorts of manipulation and being taken advantage of by various people out there who kind of see that maybe we're not at our peak or at our brightest and want to take advantage of whatever energy that we're willing to give others because of that longing that is so deep and so strong within us for someone or something that is outside of ourselves. In order to really bring that thing in, which is in this case is usually love, what we're going to want to do is have that already within ourselves. Because when we have it within ourselves, we can be a match to it outside of ourselves. So really, this journey of self-love and becoming our better selves is actually a form of self-protection. Because when we love ourselves enough, we do not attract karmic or narcissistic partners into our lives who want to feed off our light or try to pretend that they have something for us that actually isn't really good for us or that we don't need, right? We may think that we need money, or we may think that we really want someone with good looks, but that's just scratching the surface. Actuality, we want someone who's kind, caring, compassionate, who's going to really see us, who's going to want to motivate us, and just so many other positive traits. And so sometimes, yes, initially having those karmic experiences and just dating in general can be good because we learn what we actually really want in life from a partner or for someone else to enrich ourselves. And so that's why sometimes it's necessary to go on those karmic journeys. But ultimately, once that's through and we've kind of learned, okay, well, looks aren't everything, money isn't everything, that's where the healing begins within ourselves, and we actually go within to realize what we actually really value, not only from a partner, but what we value in ourselves and what we're no longer willing to compromise within us in order to make someone else happy, right? So how do we start the self-love journey? Well, one of the primary and most basic tenets of the self-love journey is self-care, which is a conscious decision to take care of yourself and to value and prioritize the things that are important to you and your well-being. The primary tenets of self-care are the spirit, the mind, and the body. Through nourishing each of these, we enrich the others. First, I want to talk about caring for the spirit, as the primary way to do this is something most people are not aware of, which is setting boundaries. Now, perhaps you've heard prevention is the best form of medicine. And in this case, it is truly the best form of medicine that you can give your soul. By setting and upholding clear boundaries for how those in your life should talk to you, treat you, and interact with you, you empower yourself to not accept less than what you deserve, or less than the good energy that you give to others. If those boundaries are not upheld, calmly but firmly restate them, as well as what you are comfortable with moving forward. Or simply limit your contact with that person if they continue to be difficult, even going so far as to go no contact for both your well-being and your safety. You do not and should not have to entertain someone who does not want or is simply incapable of respecting you. This is because even if they love you, without respect, people will begin to undermine your boundaries, which can cause you to actively begin to question your sense of self and to start to fall off on the positive self-care goals that you've started for yourself. Examples of boundary setting include phrases such as, "I'm not comfortable with that," "I appreciate your concern, but I've made up my mind," "Let's not bring this up again," "I've given it ample thought, I prefer to keep that private." We don't have the relationship for me to discuss that with you. Please do not bring that up again. I cannot commit to that right now, but if anything changes, I will let you know. Some conflict is a natural part of life, but we get exposed to enough of it in the outside world that it isn't fair for you to be constantly drained of your precious energy by the same people who should be uplifting and supporting you. As you're going through your social circle and you're making sure that it is one that supports your mental health, well-being, and personal growth, it is also important to make sure that you are making appointments and scheduling positive self-care activities that will enrich your life and sense of self. These include activities such as facials. Facials can help address skin concerns like dryness, discoloration, or acne, and can even improve skin tone and texture. By stimulating collagen production and circulation, facials promote healthy skin and a more youthful appearance. This in turn can help boost your self-esteem and confidence. When you feel good about your appearance, it positively affects the ways in which you present yourself to the world. Finally, maintaining and improving physical health is an important part of any self-care routine. If you don't have any chronic health problems, it is recommended that you go see a doctor at least every 3 years. In addition, regular exercise is also important. Taking a brisk walk or jog, attending a yoga or Pilates class, and going biking or swimming are all activities that get your heart rate up and increase your dopamine and serotonin levels. Another helpful self-care activity would be mindfulness and meditation. In an 8-week study, mindfulness meditation reduces the inflammation response caused by stress, decreased depression and anxiety, lowered blood pressure, and contributed to higher energy levels and clearer thinking. Another study found that people who completed a meditation exercise experienced fewer negative thoughts in response to viewing negative images compared to others who did not meditate in a controlled group. The key to mindfulness meditation is to focus your mind on positive visualizations while meditating. By visualizing positive outcomes, such as completing a project or obtaining a promotion, and then feeling the emotions associated with achieving that event, you will begin to enter into the energetic frequency and mindset of already having what you desire, and slowly your life will begin to align to what it is you are thinking and feeling consistently. This is because, day by day, on a conscious and subconscious level, you will begin to take stronger initiatives to bring what you're envisioning into the world. In other words, as you slowly mentally and energetically become more like that successful version of yourself, your actions will start to match the actions they would have taken in order to achieve that goal. Think of it as two opposing forces colliding. The stronger will always overtake the weaker.
Well, I think we start with relaxation techniques and putting your mind in a place where you can actually visualize effectively. So once you can put yourself in a relaxed state, then I tell them it's like watching a movie. It's essentially what it is. Sometimes it's like you're sitting in the stands watching yourself swim. And sometimes it's like you're in the water swimming. The key to visualization is, number one, it has to be very vivid. It has to be rehearsed many, many times.
When I would visualize, it would be what you want it to be, what you don't want it to be, what it could be.
Yeah.
By positively strengthening and enforcing your inner world, your outer world will have no choice but to begin to conform to match the new you. Remember, anyone who has achieved a goal has had to first envision it in their mind before bringing it into the physical reality. The mind is an immensely powerful instrument, and achievement through visualization is a rich and abundant technique used by world-class athletes and successful businessmen and women alike. Soon you will notice that not only your actions, but even random events and strokes of luck will also start aligning you towards what you want. Whether you're looking to boost your confidence, fulfillment, or success, there's a definite meditation out there that will bring you closer than ever to what it is you truly want in life. It may take some time to work out exactly how your self-care habits will fit into your daily routine, but once you do, it will be highly worth it. In addition to the mandatory work we do to stay alive, we have to treat self-care as just as necessary and vital to our existence. Otherwise, we will end up paying for it down the line with stressful burnouts and blow-ups. Just like anything you use daily, our minds, bodies, and souls also require rest and rejuvenation. And so, through self-care, we carve out a path for us not only to survive, but to thrive and enjoy our lives to the fullest. Another thing I want to remind people as well when they're on this self-love journey is not to compare your life or your journey with someone else's. It can be all too tempting to look at someone else's life and wonder why they seem to have reached certain milestones before or after you. Well, the truth is that we are all different and unique, and no two paths are the same. So in addition to developing a greater sense of awareness, as well as sense of self and self-protection, the self-love and betterment journey also allows you to better identify those habits and behaviors that no longer serve you and are in fact holding you back from achieving your highest good. These habits can be anything from unhealthy addictions such as to food, substances, or even certain content on the internet, to maladaptive emotional behaviors or triggers that cause you to suddenly lash out and act out in ways totally unlike your usual self. The one thing all these behaviors have in common is that they are unhealthy ways of managing the inner wounds and trauma that lie deep in our psyche. Wounds, which are completely normal to have, as we've all been wounded as we undertake this great journey called life. Now, the first and most important step to eliminating these destructive behaviors is by recognizing and acknowledging that we have them. Next, we must acknowledge exactly how they stop us from living our lives to the fullest. What could we do and what could we accomplish if they were gone? How are they holding us back? Finally, we want to identify exactly how these problems began and what started these behaviors in the first place. And if need be, we can always talk to someone, a therapist or other licensed medical professional, to help get answers and uncover why we do the things that we do and how to break out of toxic cycles. Through diving further into the causation of what no longer serves us, we can rediscover things about ourselves and what has caused us to see or do things in a certain way. Exploring this can be a momentous entry point for healing and powerful new beginnings. So, through loving ourselves enough to no longer accept behaviors from ourselves or from others that are less than what we deserve, we can truly begin to align ourselves with the energy of self-love. Which brings us to the final and ultimate reason of why so many spiritual teachers and life coaches always advocate going on a self-love journey in order to attract romantic love. This is because self-love is the highest and most magnetic frequency that makes you an energetic match to all that you desire. For many of us, that includes romantic love, but separate from that is another desire that fulfills us on an even more personal level. This is known as your soul's ultimate desire, and it is the unique goal that your soul wanted to achieve when being born as you in this lifetime. Coined as a person's personal legend by author Paulo Coelho in his critically acclaimed novel, The Alchemist, a personal legend is what we wanted to do most in our life, and often we know what it is from a young age. But sadly, as we get older, society and our own doubts, often instilled in us by others, cause us to lose sight of what that personal legend was and to settle for something we feel is more obtainable or safe. However, by going on a self-love journey and healing and getting rid of what no longer serves us, we can become more and more ready to go after our own personal legend. Gaining the confidence to try things that we never have before and to experience events that we have always dreamed of. In doing so, we become our own best friend and the person that we most wanted to be as a soul before we came into this world. When we're going into finding a partner, well, we're often told that it's all about our looks and our beauty, and that's what's going to attract someone to us. But that's not the case. What's really the most attractive part of a person is their energy, what they're projecting to you, what they're giving out, their essence. That's what really makes someone attractive. And when you have bettered yourself and worked on yourself enough, your inner attraction and your inner energy is going to glow so much, and it's going to be like a beacon to your soulmate and to your partner and saying, hey, I'm right here, I'm ready. And that's what's going to be so attractive to them and what they're not going to be able to resist. Think about it like this. Do you want to go into your self-betterment journey with the energy of, oh gosh, I really hope I find a partner and I hope that, he'll like me, and I'm just going to keep on this journey until I meet the one, and I'm going to have that be my sole focus and my sole inspiration as I'm going throughout this journey? Well, you can, but it's kind of like trying to take off into the sunset on a faulty airplane, right? Whenever you hit turbulence or something on the way, you're really going to waver with that because you don't really have that person right beside you yet. And it's really easy to kind of doubt yourself and doubt your journey. It's just not a strong basis of energy and of a focal point of attraction for you to meet your person versus I really want to learn about myself. I want to be the best me that I can be. I just want to love myself and pamper myself and take care of myself and just know myself more. That's the kind of energy that's going to take that plane far beyond the horizon, off into the sunset, to your next destination, right? Because that energy is one that doesn't really falter. It just keeps on regenerating itself over and over again. You never run out of reasons to love yourself and to want to treat yourself better. Why? Because you're the one that's taking care of you. And you're so awesome and amazing. And no one knows how amazing you are better than you. So that's the kind of energy that you want and that you can coast on for a long, long, long time. And what that's going to do is when your partner, your soulmate comes in, they're going to see you and they're going to be like, who is that? Become best friends with yourself. And your energy is going to be so high and so radiant because you're always pushing yourself and you're always happy in your own company that the person who's for you is going to see you and just want more and more and more of you. And it also pushes karmic partners away from you. People who have high self-esteem and who really love themselves from the inside don't tend to attract karmic or narcissistic partners because those people sense that they just really can't take advantage of this person the way that they would like to, or you're going to see them coming a mile away, and the second they do something, because karmic partners and narcissists always do something eventually, they're always going to slip, their toxicness is always going to come out, you're going to catch that right away and be like, not for me, I've already seen this in the past, and I want nothing to do with it. And that's great, and that's wonderful, and that's going to let the universe know that you are ready for your true person to come in, because now you're going to be an exact frequency match to them, and hopefully they're at the place that you're going to be at. And if not, you guys can kind of help each other a little bit. Chances are they're going to be strong in areas that you're weak in, and you're going to be strong in areas that they're weak in. But it's great because it kind of balances out and you both can help each other. So that's the real reason that we as life coaches want to have our clients focus on self-betterment and also self-love, because it's a protective shield for you, and it's an energizing shield as well. You're always going to have positive, good energy when you really love yourself and you're coming from a place of knowing yourself truly from within. So yeah, those are the reasons why as a life coach we always focus on those aspects of knowing self. So thank you so much for listening. A little bit of a short one today, but clear and to the point. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.